and welcome back to What If. Now, I have actually two suggestions for What Ifs pending right now. Not pending, just on the docket. And that it would be, those came from some individuals. But I still have the What If Raz Went Good videos to do. I have about 3 more of these to do, technically speaking. Because I have, now doing the Namek and Frieza Saga. I got the Android and Cell Saga. I got the Boo Saga, which I'll probably combine with the Super Saga. So, What If Radz Returned Good, Part 2, the Namek and Frieza Saga. So last we left our heroes, Goku and Radz were healing from their battle with the Saiyans, Vegeta and Nappa. Nappa being dead and Vegeta ran tail like a little bitch. Meanwhile, Piccolo, Krillin, and Gohan decided to go to Namek with Bulma. So as we leave our heroes, after basically recovering thanks to Senzu being from Yajirobe, Goku and Radz would be roughly at the, and I want to be sure I got the power level right, somewhere in the neighborhood of, where are you? Did I get the right one here? No, I don't. Oh no, I don't have the right one. Now I know why I'm having difficulty. They would be roughly, Goku would be at 9,000 like he is in canon, which I believe he's in canon. There's a book that came out for like the Tree of Might where he's like 10,000, but that's not canon. It's a movie. That's not canon. I think it makes more sense that he was around 9,000. And Raddiz would come in roughly around 9,125. He'd be a bit stronger than Goku as base, but with Kaioken, Goku completely outmatches Raddiz. So while they're here, Goku, Gohan, and Krillin are off to Namek. I do believe that Krillin, Gohan are where are you? Oh yes. So that Krillin and Gohan are in Piccolo are roughly in the power level area of Gohan will be at 6,000. Gohan will be roughly around 3,000. Piccolo will be around 6,000. Krillin still remain about the same. He's around 15,000, give or take. So there's a little train just to level them up and things along those lines. Now, I don't actually see the events of the Namek Saga leading up to them teaming up with Vegeta and getting the powers from Guru being any different, minus the fact that Piccolo's there, but he can sense the power there, and he's just like, nope, I can't take care of these guys, at least not right now. So they'll go to Guru and they'll all get the power-ups. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Goku and Radz have just recovered. It's like, we developed this ship. It's like based on your Saiyan pod. It's like, and it's like, it has a gravity train. A gravity train, yes. It should help with your training. Oh, and as they're about to go in, Raddiz, Bulma left this for you. It's like, she did what? It's like, there's going to be a note there for Raddiz that, it's like, Raddiz, I figured your armor would be getting worn out, so we arranged to have this made for you. Remember, they made Vegeta's new suits, they made the Saiyan suits, all that. Like what Vegeta normally wears. So I fully imagine, because I imagine there's going to be at least a little flirtation between Raddiz and Bulma, because where else would Raddiz be staying at points? That she made him a new outfit. Now, I imagine the outfit being some sort of combination of, honestly, kind of like, basically like Piccolo's gi a little bit, minus the weighted clothes. Instead, he'd be wearing Piccolo's basic gi with red Under Armour, or under weighted clothes, I should say, like Goku wears. So he would basically be a kind of an inverted version of his brother, to a degree. And I believe at this point he's wearing his hair into a ponytail because he knows it's kind of going to get in the way, especially with training. So they're going to go in and they're going to be training. And this will be a great time not just to train and get stronger, but also to actually finally spend some time as brothers together and really get to know each other a bit more, understand where they're both coming from. And through this, I think Raddiz is going to soften a little bit, understand where Goku's coming from and see the benefits of it, understand that he might be developing feelings for Bulma and see, where that strength can come from. But at the same time, I think Goku's going to not develop a harsher outlook, but understand that sometimes you can't let your enemy go. If your enemy is truly evil, you can't let him go. That maybe maybe made a mistake for letting Vegeta go, but whatever. Point being is, because they're both there, they're going to have and they're almost dead even in power level. They're going to have be able to increase first off at the same rate and at a faster rate. I go by the theory that Goku increased about 10 times with the gravity training. With together, plus their Saiyan heritage, I fully see them maybe increasing about 15 times. Just because Saiyans they increase faster, they're able to train harder. Goku using the Kaioken can be a good benchmark for like the plateau that Raddiz has to rise over. So I fully see them both getting a 15 times power up. So we'll get to that in the back. We'll get back to them in a second. Meanwhile, back on Namek. This is, oh, so you're here. Nail. Bring them here so I can unlock their power. Yes, Loguru. Now I feel like Nail and Piccolo would have an interesting first interaction with each other. Like, I mean, there'd be like, It's like, so you're a warrior too? I'd say, yeah, what about it? And it's like, no. We just don't have that many warriors in the race. Yeah, that's weird. It's like, come forth, let me unlock the power within you and all that shit. So, Krillin goes up to his 13,000. Gohan would actually, because it's around like a 8 times multiplier all around, because we saw it twice happen. They both got roughly an 8 times multiplier. Gohan just increased a bit more because of his Saiyan biology, and he had more hidden potential. So he'd increase actually to around 24,000. Krillin be around the 13,000 or the 12,000. It's like 13,000. And Piccolo would be being at 6,000, be roughly at 48,000, give or take. Now, they all also took a bit of an increase too when with the fight with Raccoon. So after the fight with Raccoon, all things said, or after the fight with Goldo, it'd be around 27 for Gohan, 54 for Piccolo, and the same amount for Krillin. Now, with that being said, I see that I see the long. First off, Krillin's power doesn't change. It would still be around 75 when it's all said and done. 75,000. Gohan's would change because he was around 200,000 when it was all said and done. When his power was like unlocking on Namek. But I think that's because of his Saiyan biology and because of the hidden potential of like the Super Saiyan and things along those lines. With Piccolo, I don't see anywhere near as big an increase as Gohan did, but I do still see it at roughly as a, because with Gohan it was like, okay, he went from like 1,500 to 200,000. That's 10, and then you times that by 10 again, the 100. That's over 100 times multiplier on his base power when he was when he first arrived in Namek. With Krillin, it's more like around a 42 times, I want to say, something along those lines. Yeah, it's around somewhere like the 42, 45 area. So I don't see Piccolo taking anywhere near as big a jump as Gohan, but I see him taking a bigger jump than Krillin. So when it's all said and done, I see him like somewhere smack dab middle, like around 88 times. So he'll be around 528 when it's all said and done. But at this point, Vegeta shows up. Piccolo's at 48,000, so it's like, I'm the strongest thing on this planet. But, what, you, Namek, it's too strong, explain! It's like, yeah, this guy just, did some things and unlocked my hidden potential and all that stuff. Hidden potential? What the hell are you blabbering about? It's like, you don't know? Yeah, seriously, I mean, maybe you could do it to you. No, the real Saiyan doesn't do it that way. Say, are you sure? You sound awfully bitchy. You sound like you need a good power pull. That's what I call a hand job. They'll give him a power pull. And then they sense the Ginyu Force showing up. They try to hide the Dragon Ball, but the Ginyu Force shows up. While Piccolo is confident he can probably definitely take on Raccoon and Yoldo and maybe even Jason Bird to a certain degree. Ginyu, he can clearly sense is out of their league at this point. But that being said, they still take Gildo. They take Dragon Ball. Gildo comes at them. They demolish Gildo. They're all a little stronger for it. Then Raccoon comes in. Now Krillin is unable to take on Raccoon. That's a fact. Piccolo is strong. Gohan and Piccolo though are actually able to take on and take out Raccoon. The Jason Birder are surprised by this. So Piccolo is around 54,000 at this point. Now, Ginyu said that the total amount of power that would take to beat the Ginyu Force would be around 60,000. Which implies that Raccoon and Jace are definitely... Jace and Berta are stronger than Raccoon, and probably the two strongest members of the Ginyu Force. They are probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 55,000. So Piccolo is probably just under them. So he's still able to hold them off fairly well. But he's being double teamed. Gohan can't really help at this point. His power still just hasn't locked enough yet. So he's on the losing end. Even Vegeta, who's doing his best, can't keep up with him. So he's holding his own, but he's on the losing end of the fight. All of a sudden, they sense two energies pop down on planet Namek. All Raddiz and Goku come to join the fray. Now they still have enough senzu beans for a lot of them. No, they said, what would their power levels be at? I stand by that they probably received about a 15 times boost. 15 times, Goku is roughly at the 135,000 mark, which with the Kaioken times 10, which he's capable of doing now, puts him at 1.35 million. Raditz stands out a little stronger. I honestly just rounded up for basic, easier math. About 137,000. So base-wise, he is a little stronger than his brother, but not just barely. Still, they go and they sense what's going on, and they fly over. They immediately come in, just Ginyu Force is held off long enough until they go up. Raditz and Goku both basically just get rid of them. Goku's about to let Jace leave, but Raditz is, blasting. He's like, nope. He's like, Kakarot, we talked about this. You can't always let your enemies off. And if they went back to Ginyu, it wouldn't be an easy fight. We have to concentrate our efforts in getting the Dragon Balls and wishing your friends back. Say, hey, come on, they're your friends too. They're more your friends than my friends. I haven't been that great to them yet. But don't worry, there's still time. It's like, yeah, there's still time. Anyone can change, right? Right. And they'll have a little chuckle. Where's Bulma? It's like, isn't she here? It's like, oh, Bulma. Oh yeah, Bulma's. Where is Bulma? It's like, I'll go find her. It's like, wait, what's his deal? He's got a thing for Bulma. Anyway, yeah, it's like, so Goku, how exactly did you It's like, yeah, you got as strong as it, and Vegeta's just flabbergasted by this. Like, how is he this strong? Could he be a Super Saiyan? It's like, a lot of training, but I'm wondering how you guys got strong. The Elder Namekian here was able to unlock her hidden potential. Hopefully it'll be really useful. Maybe you should do it too, Goku. Well, I don't really know. I mean, I'm more one for training business. Goku, we're gonna need every advantage against this Frieza guy. He's as bad as you say. If he's as bad as everyone says it is, we can't leave anything to chance. Fine. So Goku's gonna, sense where Guru is, and then say, "All right, I'm gonna head off the Guru. Hopefully everything will work itself out." So he goes to get his hidden potential unlocked by Guru. Meanwhile, Raditz finds Bulma. They is like, "Oh, you can." Like, well, of course I came. You think I'd really let you go? Oh, no, come on, let's go meet with the others. And so, and he grabs her, and she's blushing, and he's like, I'm just trying not to. Like, I don't have feelings for you. Nope, not me. Nope, no, not me. Nope. And they're both like, so they meet back. They're back on ship. Ginyu noticed that Jace was dead. Sees his corpse. Goes back to ship. Confronts Vegeta, Raditz, and the others. So you think it's real? Think it's fun to defeat my men, huh? Well, now you have to face the might of Captain Ginyu, dude. And then Raditz just looks at Vegeta and is like, I forgot he did that. It's like, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. But anyway, it's like, let's stay. It's like, and then Rad just powers up. Let's stay as Purple Man. And then just comes in, just boom. Now at this point, Dende's on his way. Is on his way. Dende is not there yet, but Dende will show up with enough time. So boom, smashes. They're fighting. Ginyu tries to take Radz's body. Manages to take Radz's body. However, Piccolo is also seriously getting his power unlocked. He is all strong. So they beat the crap out of Raditz. Actually, I imagine Piccolo. Honestly, I take that back. I imagine Piccolo would get in the way because I think actually at this point Piccolo's power is unlocked enough that he's surpassed the 135 mark. He's maybe somewhere in the 200 million mark, but he's still stronger. So Ginyu sees this and just takes his body, but they beat on him, and then they take his body back, and then turns into the frog, all that. So they realize they can't unlock the balls. Piccolo's just is beat to hell, but it's fine. It's like, I'll be fine. Just give me a few moments to rest. Like, yeah, you fool! There's a healing council. There's like, we don't have time for that. It's like, wait, there's like, hold on, and then Dende comes back with Krillin and a lot of stuff. Sees Piccolo there as maybe they're about to. He finally kisses like, fine, take me. Like, no, wait, I can do it. It's like, what? It's like, nah, I can. I have abilities. I am a healer among my people. I'm your white mage, and no one fucks with the white mage. So they wish for the dragon. All while Goku's already had his power. It gets his power unlocked by Guru. He bypasses. I imagine somehow he bypasses Frieza as Nails holding Frieza off. Guru, honestly, I feel the Guru dies shortly after unlocking. Like a few moments later, it's like, use this new power well, and then and dies. But I do believe that the wishes will be granted. Vegeta's not going to try to go for his wish for immortality because now he's got Piccolo and Raditz to contend with. And then while he knows he's strong, he doesn't know if he's that. He doesn't know if he can take and go on to contend with too, who's probably roughly in the 200,000 area right now. Yeah, if we get and so he's got all four of these guys who would fight him. And while he's theoretically stronger than most of them, Piccolo would give him a serious fight, and he's not. He knows he can't do it, so he's gonna have to just wait or something like that because he can't wish for. He can't do like a oolong and wish for like most worlds must come to a pair of underwear. No, he can't do that because he can't speak Namekian. So they will wish their friends back to life. Unfortunately, they can't do anything else after that because they used up the wishes. So. And now that Frieza's just like, it's like, oh, well, you know what Frieza's gonna do to us when he finds out the Dragon Ball's like, it's like, oh, no, please, give me some ideas. So now the fight with Frieza, Raditz, Gohan, Krillin, Piccolo, and Vegeta is all gonna take place. Now, power level wise, Piccolo is, for what it's worth, after he gets healed, around 538,000. He is very minutely stronger than Frieza. Frieza's able to take on Gohan, Krillin, and Raditz without too much difficulty. But with Vegeta and Piccolo, he's actually starting to find he's on the losing end of the fight. He's actually taking hits, takes a blast. He's hurt, but he's not like he's like my troop. Now I'm over 1 million, and now there is shit. So now let me see here. Goes into his second form, and he pretty much starts taking on the entire crew with a little difficulty. Vegeta and Piccolo together can put up an okay, nothing amazing, but they're able to at least not die. Raditz, Krillin both go to the ground, just boom, dude. They're both like they're knocking on heaven's door right now. Same with Gohan after that rage boost and all that stuff. But Dende heals them again. So now that Raditz has been healed and Krillin's been healed, they go back in the fight. Raditz, having been healed, is somewhere in the neighborhood because I had to think of it like this. Vegeta was somewhere in the neighborhood around 500,000. Vegeta and then he went from 500,000 to somewhere in the neighborhood, probably like 2 million. I don't know. I don't know the number exactly off my head because it doesn't exist. I had to make that number up when I did the power level for him. And I might be wrong on that number I just did there, but let's say around 200 million. That means in the span of 2 Zenkai boosts, Vegeta went from 30,000 to 2 million. That is roughly speaking about almost 100 million in terms of, that's not quite a times 100 boost, but it's about a times 10, times 20, times, I'm trying to scale up. That's about a times 60 boost between those 2 Zenkai boosts. When Saiyans get around this level, their Zenkai boosts seem to just go up drastically, and then they settle back down. So now with Goku, and Goku took like a 33.3 times boost when he got his Zenkai boost. So with Raddiz's boost, I don't see it being anywhere near as big as either Goku's or Vegeta's. But I still imagine a big boost because it's the first big Zenkai boost he's had so far. It was since coming to Namek and getting stronger. So I imagine it'd probably be like a times 20 boost. Times 20, I think, is a very reasonable number to give him. Which puts him now at the roughly, which is why I also rounded up the number until 137, around 2.7 million. They sense this, and even Frieza's like doesn't like the sense of. He can't sense anything, but even he can tell Raddiz just got a fuck ton stronger. So it's like, what is it? Third form. It's like, now let me touch your skin. I imagine Frieza's third form is somewhere in the neighborhood of like around 2 million, give or take. So now their fight recommences, and Frieza's still on the loot now, is back on the losing side, even in the second form. Now, granted, it's not a huge disparity, but it's enough that he's just let's say, what? You bastard! Fine, third form it is. A final form it is. And then goes in the final form. And even at suppressed about 5%, which is not 5%, about 2.5%, at 3 million, he edges out Raddiz, but not by a huge margin. So he's still strong enough to. Raddiz is still holding his own, getting some hits in, all that. But then once Frieza just cranks it up a notch, goes from 2.5 to 5%, Raddiz is on the losing end of the fight now. Just but just as it's kind of like with Frieza, he's about to. It's kind of like, and then Vegeta does the same thing. It's the Zenkai boost from Dende. Now, I do not believe Frieza has noticed the fact that Dende has been healing them at this point, because you have more than the Krillin, Gohan, Vegeta, and Piccolo fighter. You also have Raddiz, who is so far the strongest fighter we have so far. We have both these guys. So Vegeta comes in, gets a lucky shot in on Frieza, because Frieza, despite all those senses, can't sense energy, so he didn't feel that power increase. Just boom! It's like, get up, you bastard! Get up and have the Green Man heal you. It's like Frieza barely hears that, but he's more pissed that Vegeta hit him. So Vegeta now tries to take him on, and he goes about as well as it did in the series. All of a sudden now, out of nowhere, out of nowhere, our hero Goku emerges. Bam, 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 bam. Now Goku, with a hidden power boost of times 8, would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.35 million. Now, sensing Frieza like this, he would not be. He knows he can't take him on right at this moment. He's actually weaker at the moment than he is in the anime. But with a Kaioken, he's more than able to make up for that, and he's able to take on Frieza fairly competently up until Frieza's like 50% of my maximum. That's all that's required, and completely and utterly wrecks Goku's shit. Now, I do believe Raddiz would get one more big Zenkai boost, along with Vegeta, I believe. In fact, I believe I wrote that down, not in this one, but another one, as Vegeta's not killed. I believe Vegeta would actually be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10 million, give or take, with a final Zenkai boost. So Vegeta's around 10 million. Raddiz comes back in to save his brother at around 23.5 million, which, again, taking Frieza off guard completely hurts. But now it's like, well, how does your scum keep coming back? Then just completely wrecks their shit. But now at this point he says, how do you keep coming? And then he sees Dende healing Goku. And he's about to wreck his shit. But, and this is the big but, the moment that a 60 million energy beam comes in, Goku kicks it out of the way. He's like, what? Stands back up, and now he's just and then you just see the look on his face, just the pure rage and power on his face. Now, what is Goku's power? I'm going to sum this up real quick, because this is pretty much where this arc is pretty much going to wrap up. What's Goku's power level? Well, you have to take in 2 factors. 1, Zenkai boost. Goku has not received a Zenkai boost yet in the series, as far as coming to Namek. He has not received that 30%er. And good time to have the battery run low. I'm pretty much almost done. Be done in a few minutes. He's not received that 33%. So factor that in. And I don't have a calculator. I didn't factor that calculation. But he's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 30-something. But there is one other catch-22 here. Goku had his inner potential unlocked. Now, I don't know the exact definite amount of numbers on that one, because that varies between person to person. But being a Saiyan, it's got to be somewhere in the higher realm, but not so ridiculous that it, like, not Gohan level. I wouldn't even think it'd be Piccolo level necessarily. But I rounded off the number just so it didn't get too fucking ridiculous at 150 million. His base form is now the power that his Super Saiyan form in the series was. So at this point now, not only could Goku handle a Kaioken times 20, 10, he can handle a Kaioken times 20 if he really needs to. And Frieza's just like, I will destroy you, you filthy just, and then this, no, let's be clear. Unlike Super Saiyan, which did require energy to maintain, even in his first transform state, he doesn't need to maintain any energy. He's like, nope, no you're not. Just breaks his hand. Or crushes it. He's like, what? It's like 109, no, it's like 95, 90, 100% of my maximum. And then Goku just senses, like, huh. And, their fight's going to commence with his, die with this planet, Kaioken. Blocks that. So even Goku just says the two words, Kaioken. Just a base Kaioken, just a standard Kaioken, could basically increase your power by 50%. So Goku then jumps to 225 million, and it's like, this is for you, Frieza, bro. It's like, if there's one thing I learned from my brother, it's this. It's like sometimes there's evil in this world that cannot be let go. It's like, I am the hope of the universe, and all that line. It's just like, ally to God, nightmare to you. Then just, Kaioken times 10. And then, so now you're jumping from 150 million to 1.5 billion. Because it's like, you're through, Frieza. Kamehameha. And just, Frieza's done. Frieza barely survived that blast from the Super Saiyan form as it was in the original series. At 1.5 billion, Frieza don't exist anymore. Frieza is atomized. So the Namek Frieza arc ends with Goku being roughly Super Saiyan form in base. All these characters still actually being around. Namek survives. They eventually will use the Dragon Balls to wish Namekians back and all that. Good times. So, yeah, that's where we leave off of What If Raddiz Turned Good, the Namek and Frieza arc. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas are who to win, Star Wars, Superhero, Dragon Balls, What Ifs. Anything I do on the channel, please put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll do a review of it, or do a video at some point. I'll be back later with the magic video. I got to charge my laptop up a little bit. So, thanks for watching.